What is the Moray valve? You can turn back now or learn the stuff they don't want you to know. Here are the facts. The observable universe is governed by certain immutable laws. In the grand scheme of human existence, our understanding of these laws is relatively recent. It wasn't until the 18th century that scientists began to chip away at the enigmatic world of thermodynamic systems, eventually arriving at the four widely accepted laws in use today. Every machine we use follows the constraints of these principles. While concepts like free or zero-point energy devices may sound neat in science fiction, they cannot exist in the real world. At least, that's the modern scientific consensus. But what if it's wrong? Here's where it gets crazy. For centuries, people have claimed to create free energy devices. You've probably heard of the rumors surrounding Nikola Tesla's Wardenclyffe Tower, as well as the claims that he sought to tap into an ambient free energy field. But he wasn't the only person trying to create new ways of mining energy. In the 1930s, an electrical engineer named Thomas Henry Moray claimed to have invented a radiant energy device which he called the Moray valve. It was, essentially, a large antenna connected to a series of intricately arranged high-voltage capacitors, semiconductors, and transformers. According to Moray, this device could produce 50 kilowatts of power without a discernible external power source. Instead of receiving energy from a battery or a fossil fuel, the Moray valve was allegedly a solid-state device, harnessing and oscillating energy coming from space. In his book, The Sea of Energy in Which the Earth Floats, Moray argued that he had documented evidence of his invention's efficacy. According to his book and to his supporters, Moray gave repeated demonstrations of the valve to engineers, congressmen, journalists, and more. He also allowed investigators to disassemble, examine, and rebuild his device. According to the story, no one was able to prove that it was fraudulent, but the US government refused to grant Moray a patent because he used a cold cathode and failed to identify the source of this energy. The story gets stranger, as Moray later claimed that communist agents had infiltrated the Rural Electrification Agency and pushed him to send his discoveries to Russia. Eventually, Moray's original prototype was destroyed, apparently because he refused to sell the plans for his device. His children continued his work, which is still not accepted by the scientific community at large. Moray did not believe his valve was a perpetual motion machine, just a new way of tapping previously unexploited energy. To the skeptics, Moray could not get a patent because his machine simply didn't work. To others, however, the patent office was working on something else, suppressing the stuff they don't want you to know. What's the difference between a country's military forces and its local police? The answer may surprise you.